Abel, the playoffs start tonight. It's sort of a different kind of feel. You guys just played these guys to end the regular season, but tonight just a different feel in the air. A very good ball game between the two.
Yeah, it was very exciting, definitely. We show up ready to play like every day, and it was kind of slow start for us, but we came back and scored a lot of runs.
You haven't been with the team a ton of time, but Tim Brown, the limited time you've seen him, throws a lot of strikes, works quickly. They only hit 2 balls really well. They were both home runs, but he did a great job going through 7.
Yeah, those definitely mistakes that he made. Other than that, he keeps on the game. He's always throwing strikes and keeping the ball down. That's great for us.
Good part about this lineup is it comes from a different guy every night. Today you guys struggled to score through the first 4 innings, and then Luce comes up with a big 2-out, 2-strike hit. A big contribution for a guy who joined this team in the middle of the year.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's great to have a lineup like that. If the first part of the lineup doesn't pick it up, the bottom part, it will pick us up. It's great, man. It's great. It's just fun.
You hit your first home run as a wingnut. It came in a big moment. They had just tied the game. You hit it to dead center. It was originally called a double. Glad to see that called correct.
Yeah, I mean, when I hit it, I saw it like when I was running. When I turned on first, I saw that he derailed, but like I didn't know at the time. I kept running. I wanted to take the 3 back, but yeah, I guess they ruled it home run, so that's great.
Appreciate the time, Abel. Before we let you go, anybody want to say hi to back home?
Yeah, I want to say hello to my family, my dad and my mom, and my host family from last year, Jeannie and Brian. Hello.
You're the game 1 starter in the postseason. I'm sure you take it upon yourself, wear that as a badge of honor, trying to get your team off to a good start. How did you feel your outing was tonight? You hold them to 2 runs over 7 innings, 2 pitches that they hit for home runs, but only 4 hits in 7 innings, and you gave your team a good chance to win.
That's what it all comes down to now. I mean, this is playoff baseball. I mean, all the games are going to be tight. They're going to be hard fought. And it's going to be a dogfight, you know. So I think the most important thing is that we won as a team tonight. I mean, we had guys step up. Luce had a big hit. Rhino, of course, and you know, the defense was great all around. So that's what it's going to take is team wins, and that's what we did tonight. I'm
sure that helps where you give up a run early, but you know at some point this offense, just from watching them for 100 games, you know that they're going to have your back and put up some runs at some point. Does that cross your mind when you give up an early run?
I mean, my job doesn't change whether we're putting up a lot or not, but I mean, that's something that, like you said, we've seen all year, and especially one really good thing about us is our ability to make adjustments throughout a game. I mean, you'll see a guy maybe first time through the order kind of get the best of us, but you know, he's not going to do that 2 or 3 times. So, you know, to see that, I mean, you know that we're always in a game with the offense that we have.
One guy that was added midway through the season, actually towards the end of the season, was Abel Nieves. He came through with the big home run. It was ruled a double initially, and then they said that it hit the metal gate up there, which rules as a home run. Did you see it right away? Your thoughts on the initial play, and what a big play in the ballgame.
Right, I think he got jammed a little bit actually on that one. You know, he just absolutely crushed that ball. But my initial thought was it was a home run. I mean, obviously we were all pulling for it to be one. But just with the way it came off the fence, I mean, I don't think that hits the pad and comes off like that. So, no, he absolutely crushed that ball, and it was a big time for it. So, he's been one hell of a pickup for us.
As a starter in the playoffs, I guess now you wait and see when they're going to need you again. You probably hope it's not against Laredo. That would mean you guys have moved on to the championship. What's your approach now just to be ready whenever?
You know, my mindset is to be ready for Monday, I guess would be Game 5 of this series. But, you know, like you said, personally I'd like to, you know, not throw again until the championship round if we get there. So, but my mindset's to be ready for Monday and you know, come out tomorrow and be ready to go because they're a good team. They're going to be ready to come out to play tomorrow, but so are we.
We appreciate the time, Brownie. Anybody want to say hi to you back home?
I just want to say thanks to all the fans who've come out and support us this year, and you know, everybody who's come to a game or you know, support us anyway. You know, they're the reason that we get to come out here and do what we do and have so much fun. So thank you guys.
You guys finish up the regular season with Laredo this year. Kind of has a different feel once it's in the postseason, doesn't it? And tonight was a really fun game both ways.
Yeah, it was a good game all around. I mean, I thought we did a lot of things really well. Timmy came out and pitched a great game, and fortunately, you know, we were able to break through there in the middle innings and tack on a couple extra insurance at the end. And this playoff baseball, man, it was a little bit more intense than the regular season, but a lot of fun, that's for sure.
For the majority of the year, you've been playing in the outfield. Tonight you're the DH, so you're happy. I'm sure you're still in the lineup.
But
How do you adjust to that?
Yeah.
where you're used to being on the field and now you have to find something to do while the team is on the field to stay fresh. How does that work mentally, preparation-wise?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different. Obviously, they wanted the big power guy in the DH spot tonight. No, it's a little bit different, because you have to be able to mentally, maintain your composure as far as being in the game. And as a DH, it's a little bit different, but no big deal. You want to just take the same approach that you normally do, and it's all good.
You touched on Tim Brown before. How much fun is he to watch pitch? I know on the field it helps a lot because he works so quickly. Just a couple of pitches today that they hit for long balls. Otherwise, he held him in check through 7.
No, he did a great job. I mean, he was really sinking the ball well. I mean, I was able to watch from up close, today from the dugout, so it was a little bit different perspective. But like you mentioned, he works quick. Obviously that they got a couple balls there, but Timmy always keeps us in the game, and that's why Hoop has him as a game 1 starter. I'm sure. I mean, he always keeps us in the ball game. He's Mr. Consistent, and tonight was no different.
First playoff game in the books. What did you think of the playoff atmosphere, everything in general? It was very intense.
Oh, it was, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. Like I said, it was just it was a good baseball game. We like I said, we did the little things right, and Hoop always preaches the little things for us, and heading into tonight's game, he said, don't change anything. We don't need to do anything different. Just continue to play the way that we're playing, and all around be good, and that's what we were tonight. So hopefully we'll go get them tomorrow night.
Before we let you go, anybody want to say hi?
I'm sure there's something going on behind me because the hotel's haunted. But there's a lot of people listening back home. But hey, you know who you are. So love you guys, and let's go get them.
You guys ended the regular season with Laredo. You play them in Game 1 of the playoffs tonight. A completely different feel, great atmosphere tonight down in Southern Texas, and a great way to start the postseason.
Great atmosphere, like you said. Great ball game, I thought. Good playoff ball game. Tight. 2 starting pitchers that threw really well, kept guys off balance, and did their job keeping both teams in the game. We were fortunate enough there to chip on a couple there at the end of it to make it last. Tim Brown was tremendous. Set the tone for us. Gave up 4 hits in 7 innings, and 2 hits cost him, solo home runs. And we always say, you're not going to get beat if you give up solo home runs. It's those extra run home runs that you give up that can get yourself in trouble. So I thought he was tremendous. Gave up 2 home runs to 2 former big league guys also.
Brownie, you talked about it. He was named the 2014 Wingnuts Pitcher of the Year. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason you have him go in Game 1, you always know what you're going to get. Very consistent, 7 innings, 4 hits. As you said, 2 home runs, but just an overall outstanding effort again.
You said it perfectly. You know what you're going to get out of him. He's going to pound the strike zone. He didn't walk anybody tonight and struck out 6 guys. Going to do his thing, try to keep guys off balance, keep the ball down. When he gets into trouble, puts guys in plays and lets his defense play behind him.
First couple of time and a half maybe through the order, Jeremy Strawn, their pitcher, did a nice job changing things up, keeping people off balance. But a big hit by Jake Luce, a midseason addition in the 5th inning, able to get you guys on the board and ahead. And it seemed like everybody settled in, some weight was lifted.
It took us a while to get going. It was kind of a rush day, I felt like. We didn't get to take BP on the field. We were rushed in the cage. Game time snuck up on us real quick. We had the introductions we had to do beforehand too. So that first one's kind of always chaotic. And like I said, we didn't get our normal routine of taking BP on the field, hitting the cage. Took us a little while to get going. And like you said, Luce got us on the board there 2-1. I think that momentum switched really fast, and we were really confident and got things going after that.
After Jake was injured, one of the biggest moves of the season, bringing back Abel from Grand Prairie in a trade tonight. Obviously, it's been important throughout the final games of the regular season. He's had a hit in every game in Wichita now with a home run. After they had tied the game with a home run, it was initially a rule to double. Glad they got it right, you told me just before this.
It's a big moment for a great player. He's been a key addition. Like you said, you can't replace a Jake Cajalio. But if you're going to get close to it, Abby's the type of guy that, he fills right in for Jake. And just a great addition, a guy we had all last year, led the league in hitting last year, and just a big clutch hit right when we need him. And I was just glad that they got the call right. I think everybody in the building, at least on the field, knew that it hit the railing, the way that it shot right back into center field. And like I said, I'm glad they huddled up and got the call right, because as managers, that's all we can ask for.
Talked about this a little bit before, but Anthony Capra going tomorrow. Sort of a complete opposite from what Tim Brown does on the hill, and you figure that's a good advantage for you guys against their lineup.
Yeah, he threw well against them this past weekend. He's going to come out. He's going to have to come out with his A game, though. These guys can hit. It's a tough lineup that we got to deal with on the other side. It's a great ball club, or they wouldn't be here. Give Laredo a lot of credit. Like I said, they've got a great lineup. They got good pitching also, and a great bullpen to go with it. We'll have our hands full, but I think Cap's going to be ready to go, and he's going to be excited to get the ball game too tomorrow night.